Hey guys, thank you for joining me for another Tuesday Tips with me. Today we are going to be going through using Remine. Oh, okay, or not. All right. So we got here, we're going to be using Remine. If you don't already have your Remine open, now's a wonderful time to go ahead and do that. So I wanted to put here that while I have Remine available to me, not everyone might. So I did want to put some information as far as how much it is in case you're interested in getting it for yourself, if it isn't included in your MLS. A little bit about our Tuesday, since we do have a couple of new names in here. Again, thank you for joining me. Please unmute yourself. I don't really keep track of that chat. Sometimes I'll just go on and on. I'm working with different screens because I'll be using Remine once we get out of this. If you have a question, you need to go backwards, you know, anything at all, please just unmute yourself. Just Rosie, stop. Hey, I got a question. If you want to follow along, open up your Remine now and we will get started. So what we're doing today is we're going to talk about how you can use Remine really easily and effectively for prospecting. I use Remine for a whole lot of things. I love how much information it gives you as far as the property is concerned, mortgage history, it's just et cetera, et cetera. I'll show you all of that goes into it, but we're going to focus today on how quickly and easily you can prospect. And you can do this every day. I do this every day. It's part of just, it's part of my day. It's what I do. I like to do it. I'll do some in the morning and then I'll do some more after lunch if I don't have any appointments. Today I do have appointments, so I've done my prospecting this morning. And what I like to do is at least put in, I like to identify at least like 10 to 15 properties. And when I'm doing that and finding sellers, you're going to see not only do you find sellers in the system, but you can also simultaneously find buyers. It's a little more difficult to find buyers in the system, but I will show you how to do it. So we'll start. If everyone's good to go, we'll start. Go ahead and open up Remine, and I'm going to get out of here. We're going to search the system. We're going to do high sells today. We're going to search for distressed and how easily that is with just a click of a button to find distressed properties if that's the niche you're trying to go for. Then there's also other options. You don't have to deal with distressed or foreclosed properties. You can look, for example, if you only want to work condos or you only want to work single families. It's really easy to boil down your search within Remine. We're also going to do, once you find that property and the lead associated with that property, where to find their contact information. Of course, we're going to go through DNCs and not to touch those numbers. You'll see that it's very easily shown in Remine with a red DNC next to the phone number. I'll show you that. And then also we're going to quickly go into how to make a cart for a mailing list. Let's say you don't want to send out an email or call. What you're looking for is addresses. I'll show you how to pop each one into a really simple cart and you get a CSV mailing list. So let's go ahead and jump out of here. I'm gonna go.
Rosie, there's a question on the chat.
There is. Go ahead, please, Michael. Please feel free because I've just messed myself up entirely.
Okay, is it possible to search for condos that are FHA approved or that have reserves when you can?
So, no, you're not going to be able to search for FHA specifically. Guys, of course, sorry about this. What's going to happen is you're going to be able to search for condos, and then you're going to have to call that condo association to see if they have enough reserves and are able to accept FHA contracts, because not all, especially in my area in Miami, there are quite quite a few buildings and there is very few that will accept FHA. All right, guys, so sorry about this. Give me 1 second. We've got technical difficulties. My whole computer didn't update before my session, so I apologize. And I'm starting to think it's something with Remine because this happened last time too. All right, so if you've got your Remine open, guys, this is what it'll look like. Start with the dashboard. right here. Everyone's dashboard is going to look different, of course. So if you just hop on and you're going to go to search. Let me know if you guys are still following along. You can see me. I need to leave these tabs open because, like I said, I'm not about any other issues today. So we're going to go to search. And then you're going to see these come up here, these little squares. We've got these squares. Perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search my area. Let's go to, you know what? Yeah, all areas here. Again, I'm in Miami, guys. So, you know, Kevin, for you, it's going to look more Orlando area, right?
Right.
Ah, okay. So for here, let's search my area. And we'll just do a random zip in my area. And what that'll do is that'll isolate a specific boundary for you. And you can do that, or you can leave it completely unisolated, right? And we just want to do all of this area and in general. And you want to click these values here on the left, because this is going to give you the most specific search. And if you're trying to prospect, let's say today, I want to prospect for luxury single family homes in this area, right? So I'm going to go ahead and do a minimum property value of, let's say, 750,000. I don't like to, here's a little tip, guys. I don't like to make myself, you know, feel so in a range here with, you know, how I could have just clicked the 750 to 812. I don't want to do that because I want to make sure I'm open to everything above this price range. So be careful with these. You know, at the very beginning, I used to just click them and not realize. So I like to do, if we're, let's say we're doing luxury, right? 750,000 minimum, leave that maximum open. Want to make sure that they've got, you know, equity in the home. Ownership time, you know, everyone says typically people will start considering selling after 5 years. Sometimes people move it to 7 years. I like to just do 5 as a minimum. I will put no max on this as well. And then this is a really, really important little button here to toggle. And this is specific to Remine. And what Remine uses is it uses data from the internet. They pay for this data. They run it through a multitude of their own systems to make sure that, you know, they're using Google and Zillow, and they're seeing what these people are searching for. And based on what they're searching for and based on their activity, it's going to give you a sell score. How likely are these people to sell within the next year? This is really important. You don't want to really be bothering people that have a low sell score, typically because they're just not interested in selling. They're not searching online home values. They're not looking at property values in their area. They're not looking at homes on Zillow. They're not Googling it. So I wouldn't typically go after anyone with a low sell score. Let's click high for this case as an example. And then for me, I don't really care, you know, whether they're absentee owners and the building type I did say I want to do single family. So this can build your search, and it can be different each and every time you go to prospect. So make yourself a list, and here's a tip for my own prospecting. I make myself a list as to what I'm prospecting so that I don't get, you know, disorganized and, oh, I've already done single families, but then I'm doing them again in the same, you know, afternoon. That doesn't make much sense to me. So I like to make a list and organize my prospecting to make sure that I'm hitting, you know, I'm hitting the condos this week, I'm hitting single families this week, and then I'll also do luxury this week, and then I'll do waterfront this week. So I like to know what I have searched in that week so I can keep my prospecting organized that way. And then get really niche with it. You don't need to just do general searches. So when I do that organization, it helps me know that the next search I'm going in for is going to be only condos. I'm going to not toggle single families. And then condos, I want to do luxury condos. So I'll also do the 750 on the condos, and I'll leave that. But for example, I would change the building type. That way I know that I'm getting completely different results my second time. And you can get very niche with this in every single area that you're searching. If you want to do, you know, south of you, north of you, east and west, make sure that you do all of those searches for each direction. And that way you'll have a really good database of properties. And then on here, you're going to see on the right-hand side, things will start to populate. Very, very, very important. You're going to want to go to this advanced filter right up here. And you want to make sure that the properties that you're searching for are not on the market. So right here, where it says status and off market closed, you want to make sure that you click off market. It's going to give you the best properties that are not on market currently and have not, you know, expired or sorry, have not been closed on the market. Because otherwise you do have the option to search for closed listings. Off market. Okay. List results and map results. To mute yourselves, just so that I don't hear any feedback, that'd be great. Okay, so I like to do map results where we were. And it's going to come back again to the main page. And then on the right-hand side, look, I have 504 results that are over $750,000, have $100,000 or more in equity, have owned the property for 5 or more years, has a high sell score, and is a single family property that is off market. 504 of them in this area. I want to get a little more specific, right? Because this is just too many. I'm going to put in a specific zip code. And there you go. Now I have 28. This is perfect. These are 28 people that I will reach out to today. You know, all methods, phone numbers, email addresses. I'm going to show you if they show up, and also mailing addresses. So you're going to click the first one, and not everyone's a win, right? Just like online leads that we get, not everybody is a real person. Some of them they ghost, some of them are just not even interested at all, still dreaming, etc., etc. So you know, not every single one of these is going to be a home run, but it gives you all of the property information once you click. It tells you property value, their loan balance, and this is stuff that you really, in my opinion, that's like I said, I use Remine for other things. This is what I mean, getting more information specific to the property, but also specific to that mortgage, if they've got one, so that you know where they lie financially in the sale of this property, you know, possibly in the future. You know what, they've got a loan balance still of over 500K, and that they've got equity of 692,000. So it is occupied. The owner is not absentee. It is not corporate owned. Okay, and it also gives you tax information here. I love specifically the active mortgage information, and I say it time and time again. If you've gone through these on YouTube and seen the replay, every time I talk about Remine, I talk about how it's pretty much like a real estate agent's CIA system, FBI system. It's too much information. It's an uncomfortable amount of information, and that much is very true. Go all the way down. You can't scroll all this information, but you can also just click right here where it says owners and associated people. It's glitching for me, guys. Okay, owners and associated people right here. So these owners seem not to have information, but, and this will happen sometimes too, this is an owner right here, right? And this is the exact same name here where it says associated people. So this is the owner. Their buy score is low, so meaning they haven't been online looking for properties to purchase, but their sell score is high, which means that they have looked into home evaluations. Okay, so as I said, you're going to click that card, is what I like to call them, little name card, and then this person's information is going to pop up. Sometimes there is an email address, sometimes there's not. This one is a slam dunk. At least we've got an email address. However, we do have a number here. If anytime you see this red DNC here, guys, this is a number you do not want to contact. Okay, do not contact that number. So in this case, what I'll do is I will put them in my database. I will grab the address and make sure that it goes on my next set of mailers, and then I'll go ahead and email them. Then you can simply copy this email address by clicking this little copy button right here, and then it's in your clipboard. So that's one property. Moving on, let's see if I can find one that doesn't maybe have contact information so you can see what that looks like. Oh, these are all great. Okay, guys, and perfect. Look, I'm happy I found this one. So this one, see how it says by score medium? So this person is really a 2-for-1, right? A 2-for-1 is, in my opinion, great when you can find them for free like this. This is a free lead, guys, free. They are looking online to buy and they're looking to sell. So this is a fantastic contact. So we have numbers here, no emails. And you will find that there is a mix of this in the system, right? However, it's contact info. Contact them regardless. You've got 2 numbers here. One has DNC, one doesn't. You call them, right? Beautiful. So I'm happy I found that. Let's go down, see if there's anything a little different. Maybe we can find one that's got a renter. Well, I'll show you how to find one. Okay, here you go. Here's a 0. Here's a zippity doo dah. We've got nothing here. Okay, so here we move on. That's just, oh, I clicked, a big deal. We move on. Let's look for one where the owner, let's say you're into doing rentals. Why would you want to do rentals? Well, because renters become buyers eventually, right? And so let's go ahead and clear, and this is really important, clear out all of your search criteria anytime you're going to do a new search, including that zip code up there. All right, so I'm going to search in a different area, and we're going to search specifically for rentals. And the way you do that is you're going to make sure that this absentee owner is toggled, because if they're renting it out, right, the owner's not in the home. So you're going to want to do absentee in-state or absentee out-of-state. You don't want to click owner occupant because that would mean it's not rented. Let's also do single family homes with a high cell score. Building type right here, single family. Okay, so really all you want to know is that they're not living in the home. You only want to go after single families in this case, let's say, and that you don't even need to have a high cell score here because you're targeting the tenant. And let me show you how to go ahead and get some tenant information. Make sure that you do that last step, which is go up here to advanced. And again, guys, if you've been with me a couple of times on these remines, this is going to be boring to you. But for those who have never used it, super beneficial. I would love for this to stop lagging. Okay. Off market, that's always the last thing I check. I'm going to go at results. There we go. All right. It's a lot of results, especially for the zip code. That is a lot of results. So that could take you a very long time, guys. So let's just click one. I had about enough of this. Apologies. Let's click one. And you're going to go straight to that owners and associated people. Associated people, we've got nothing here. Your associated people are going to be your tenants. And when we find one, you'll understand. You're going to have the owner's information up top. Oh, zeros over here too. Let's see. Everybody that's serious. You're going to have your owners on top, and then on the bottom, it's going to say associated people. And that associated people is going to be your tenant, and there will be contact information in there as well. We're striking out here. So again, you can do this all day. See, I've already contacted this person because it's saved in a cart of mine right here, and it will tell you. All right, bingo, we've got one. So here are your owners, right? And it's designated right there. It shows you no contact information for the owners here. However, we've got what seems like a tenant here. And you've got an email and you've got a phone number. So you can contact this person and, you know, ask if they are renting. And if they are renting, if they're interested in, you know, when their lease is up, if they're interested in getting some more information on becoming a first-time home buyer, etc. So it just opens up, you know, gives you conversation starters and and gives you their contact information. It's just pick up the phone and talk to people. But this is a fantastic system to show you how to do that very easily. And if you're in an MLS like mine, where it's offered for free, these are free leads. That's the way I see it. So I'm going to go ahead and really quickly show you how to do a cart, right? Let's say you've got the properties you want to look into and contact here on the right hand side. You can do them one by one like so, or you can click select all, and you're just going to click save search. And you can write whatever you want to name it. I typically do the area, and then just click save search. Go over here on the left-hand side to your saved searches, and you'll see mine. And you can also send yourself an email for all of these automatically. That's how you save a search. You're going to head and click, and then if you want to do a cart, which I'll show you what you can do with that, you just click select all and you go click cart. You're going to add these properties to a cart. I'm just going to put anything in for right now. Again, I would name it whatever the area is that you're searching, or let's say it's Kendall single family homes. You can make it more specific for yourself. Okay, so those properties were just added to your cart. Go over here to the left-hand side, click carts. So this is the one I just created that I just named. You're going to click, again, individually, you can do whichever ones you want, or click all of them right here and simply click export. When you click export, it's going to tell you to name your CSV file, and then you just click export here at the bottom, and suddenly you have a CSV or Excel file, whatever you want to call it, that you can pop into your CRM. You can also use it for your own mailers to print out, labels in your office to send out, or you can click send mailers. This is a new feature of Remine that I believe it was the last video I did on Remine. If you catch that on the replay, you will see that I went over how to do the mail campaign. But really quickly, and this is a new feature of theirs, they will mail it out for you, et cetera, et cetera. Instead of going through a third party. I know some people have used this and they've talked to me about, pricing. I do feel like it is very, very, very well priced, and they'll mail it out for you. You choose your size and your quantity. Well, your quantity is going to be all those, the ones you selected in your cart. And you go here and look at all the different sizes they've got and options. So you go ahead and enjoy this. If you never use a system, look into it. Their little layouts are really cute. I haven't personally done them yet, so I don't know about the quality, but I've seen them in person, and the printing, in my opinion, was fantastic. So they even do snap aparts, yellow letters, and large jumbo postcards and stuff like that. So we're going to go ahead and go back to, does anybody have any questions? Because I'm going to hop out of Remine itself. Anybody have any questions? Want me to go back? Unmute yourself if you do. And I'm here.
We'll be able to see this. I'm sorry.
No, please.
Can we see the replay for this?
Issues. Yes, you can catch the replay. I'm about to show you where you can do that. You can catch the replay for this one and all of my past ones. Is that spam? Kevin, I'm sorry, I'm just going through this. Kevin, what's spam? Going through the chat.
You talked about the phone number said DNC.
Yeah.
But you said you would click on and copy the email address and send them an email.
Yes.
I've always got a hang up with that. Is that something that they would consider spam? That
I mean, it can be, but I have a disclaimer in my email. It says, if this is unsolicited, this is and you're working with another realtor, not solicitation for your business, you can just click unsubscribe right here. So as long as they have an unsubscribe option, that's not an issue. Everybody can just unsubscribe themselves.
How do you get one of those?
I just type it in. I literally type it in. I write, it's a message that I write there in little, italics at the bottom of
Okay.
my email right after I sign my name, and they can unsubscribe through their email. Like Gmail's got a little toggle that you just block or unsubscribe anyone really easily.
Okay, cool.
Very
Thank you.
And if you put them in, for example, I don't know what system you use, but I use Chime. If you put them in your CRM will have that availability as well, and they can easily unsubscribe through your CRM.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Of course, of course. Oh, Kathy, yes, your question was the one with the FHA. Yeah, you can, unfortunately, trust me, how much I wish that there was an option to do that. There's not. That's really just about, isolating the property, calling the listing agent. They might have that information. Oftentimes they don't. But you go ahead and call the association manager, and they're going to be able to tell you about the budget and the reserves for that specific building. Okay, great. Thanks, guys. I love knowing where you're joining me from. That's wonderful. All right, guys. So if there's no other questions, I'm going to go ahead and hop back. Again, I'm so sorry for all these silly issues I had today. Of all the days. And next week, thank you again for tuning in. Bear with me. Bear with me. Next week, we're going to be talking about Canva again. And the 5 things that every agent can do and should be doing every day using Canva. And it has to do with social media. So we're going to talk Instagram next week. We're going to go through specifically the 5 things I suggest you should do every day. They include reels and stories, and I'll go through why each one's different. They target different people, and it matters. But yeah, 5 things, 5 tools that you can use Canva for mobily on your phone every day for your social media. And you can join me every Tuesday at 11, as you know, here at thefreedomzoom.com. Register for all of our freedom coaching classes at thefreedomcoaching.com. And of course, the Freedom Achiever Academy, you can find it at thefreedomachieveracademy.com, where you can join our incredible platform of coaching with David on every Thursday is free. But, if you find value in these Tuesdays and Thursdays, I guarantee you that you're just going to be blown away, and it will change your business if you join our Freedom Achiever Academy. There's a free trial. Don't miss that. Don't miss that at all. Sign up, register. If you don't like it, it's not for you, that's fine. But it has changed people's lives. I've had people texting me and calling me all the time, thanking me for even these little silly Tuesdays that I feel like I do. And then I'll tell them, honestly, what you have to do is go to the freedomachieveracademy.com. It will change your business. Catch this replay and all of our replays for both Tuesdays and Thursdays right here at David A. Kurz on YouTube. So if you look at the bottom right of the screen, underneath the big F dot, you're going to see the YouTube play sign and replay. All of the replays can be found at David A. Kurz on YouTube. And then me on the left over here, you can contact me pretty much anywhere at Rosie Sells Miami. Rosie Sells Miami on Instagram, and Rosie Sells Miami at gmail.com. If you've got any questions, we can send you this. We do put this in the Facebook group as well. Find us on Facebook, Freedom Achiever group on Facebook. This does get posted as well, so you can catch the replays really anywhere. Let me know if you guys have any questions at all, and otherwise I'll catch you next week.